gone? Welcome back to the world of gaming. More corrected audio, if you must know. This is me messing with the settings of the audio. It started working on my regular hearing, but it wasn't picking it up in OBS, because OBS is dumb sometimes where it just freezes, I guess when it likes to, and it won't pick up audio or my sound. Or it'll pick up really low. Anyway, yeah, and this game has terrible audio. So this is me trying to figure out what to do on this. You get socks and jar of provisions, and so I don't understand what to do. I know that you put the jar of provisions in there, and in the cog wheels, and it supposedly stops it. No, it makes sense. I go try checking hints, and then I try to click on all the other things with jar of provisions. Just don't understand. Put it back in the cog wheels, and then I'm like, okay, is there anything I'm missing? I try again. Okay, and then I put it again. This was annoying. I remember this. And then, so it's still digging, and I'm like, what have I not used? Can I throw stuff? I think that's what I was trying to do. I can't do it with that. And so I'm like, alright, I'll try again, since it's only moving part that's happening. And maybe I stop the yellow, have it go into the blue when that happens. There's a hatch. I'm like, okay, what if I put a pair of socks on hatch? And, why not? Sometimes this game's a little weird. Gotta admit. Oh, and then there's your main character. Alright. So there's your main character's romance for the whole story, I think. And they're fighting over, I guess they're doing something weird, and don't ask what happened there. I think I could have also knocked them off first, and it would have actually had a different story ending, which I thought was actually pretty cool. And now we're into this crap place. I literally just beat this. It took forever. So long. This is me going back and forth between the bowl and the car and the bowl and the car. And then I read this log up there at top left. Let me see. Yeah, I talked Panic. Asked about demolition plan. I make a few puns, I think. Yeah. Further on, I got the audio working finally. It's so dumb. Like, I have to go repeatedly and check the audio. So I'll probably cut out a lot of those times. But yeah, this is me. I was trying to find a key for the car, since you could open the car door. And one sec. Let me think. Back and on Panic. So yeah, this is me trying all the different names. I talked to the parrot. This is good. It talks about his wife who's down there in the mines. His wife is down in the mines, and everything the parrot says is what his wife was saying. And I guess that should have been there's so many clues, I think, in the wording that you really have to listen. Like, I think every word, like most sentences, there was a word in there or something that was meant to tell you about something later. And that was just him telling you about that's a detonation thing. Later on, I'm still mad at that when I figure something out. So the vehicle had a lot. Don't worry, no one expected you to make it. So yeah, this is him talking about his bar song. They said that in every game they had made, they always had a weird or cool kind of bar tune that they would put on every thing, and which I thought was actually really cool and interesting when you think about it. And yeah, so it goes on to talk about how the synergy in Tony, where they wanted to create Rufus, where he told his story more through the people, more through the talking, which I think is a really cool thing that I think I need to do more just myself, because I like to write as well. And I think that's a really good tip if you're ever writing, is there's so many different ways you can tell your character. Like, you can tell it through how people treat that character, their experiences with that character, how they talk, their personality around that character. And then that's just the way you can tell just through friends, communities. Is he well known in the community? Like here, Rufus is well known among like everyone as this troublemaker, always doing something dumb. And this is me going through all the stuff here. And so I asked him, and there was a dragon. Thank you, bro. Oh, will you ever pay me? Yeah, it's just him going through back and forth about this whole story, which is cool. Let me see. Red curtain. Yeah, so I just go, this sign, I click it, I try to use this dart anywhere. I don't know where I need to use it, so I go back out, try to think, alright, what if I need to put the detonation plan to open the emergency station? I was like, okay, I'll try that. But yeah, I didn't understand that, that detonation plan right there, you can actually can use it right now. I hit the blast signal and there's no magnets, so I go look for some magnets. And so he talks about how difficult this scene is, which I thought was interesting because of, said it was difficult because Rufus is moving between so many different parts on the screen. Like, you'll actually see me break the game later, and it seems like the further back in the screen he is, the smaller he is, which makes sense, and the further up he gets closer, Makes sense, and they had to display this through him walking down, walking up, walking around there, and I learned later, pretty early on, is that you can just double click into entrances, and he doesn't have to walk the full way, which is so nice of a feature. And look, there's the magnets. I see them to the left there. I see if there's anything I can touch. Oh yeah. So this is Rufus pretty much talking about the girl in the sky, and yeah, you get the magnets. This is Rufus trying to get in line. He gets the number 66. He takes, and then later on you steal the number 63 to get ahead. And, but yeah. This goes on about how he should be the one to talk to the mayor, how he should be the one to take care of her. I mean, he was the one that saved her from the sky up there. And, it goes on and on, talking back and forth, and then their actual Lottie, which you actually won't hear, unfortunately. Maybe you will. I hope you will, because I mean it's a funny little audio. It's a man talking as a girl, and then back to a deep voice, and back to a woman, then back to a deep voice. It goes back and forth everything he says. This guy, and and that was him mocking Rufus about doing a selfless deed, a beautiful young girl. And so pretty much I'll give you some insight on what we do here. But yeah, it's all involved with those three little people there. We have to move them all out of the waiting number by the detonation plan, which is over there. And he was talking about get the magnets. So I add the magnets, and I thought, I wonder if I just place it on stuff, because it didn't seem that thing. And this is me talking to Operator Gizmo. I think he's a really cool and actually interesting character. It's really creepy the way they have him. It makes me think he's definitely a robot. I love this. That was his dream of what he was gonna do with her. So dumb. And this going back and forth about how he needs to brew a stimulant. And then there's your little hint book. Wakey. And so now he goes back and forth. Pretty much Operator Gizmo has 3 modes. He has his firefighter, security, and theft detection. And right now he's a nurse, obviously. And so that gets used later on as well. And so this is me going through all the emergencies, but I guess he put up detections because Rufus, this only goes to like put out more of the plot. Rufus pretty much, so I hit that doorknob. I see a cardboard box. I think, oh, maybe I can, I see balloons there. Oh, I don't actually. I don't pick up the balloons, really? That's interesting. I know I pick them up later. Yeah, this is me trying to fix the audio. Again, the audio is jank. So jank. This is me going back to the village center. I go, and this is me exploring. I think, oh, do I give him the magnets maybe? Nope. And about the key again, the mine shaft, what a wonderful thing. I asked how it works again. He said just place the magnets where you want on a detonation. And I didn't know because I was like, oh, I can't just place it on the emergency door right here and then ask them to blow it up. I mean, that doesn't make sense. I still don't see that detonation plan. I don't see that for a while. So this is me going back to Wenzel. Oh boy, I bet he'll really cry. This is me telling him, and then Wenzel gives a fancy comeback. This darn human kindness of you always getting in the way. That was great. And then so he took our stuff from our dad's trunk, and our dad's trunk had a water thing that was able to detect water, which was interesting. That comes into use later on the mayor's desk. Yeah, they're talking really fast. So it was a present. He doesn't care. He's because we said we'd give it to him as a gift if we when we left, if our plan went to a success, and he just said there that it was a success. So Wenzel's not gonna let him have it. And this is me. I go down in the basement. Which one do I try giving him the waiting number and telling him about how he needs to go and catch up the line because I guess he was holding it. Then there's the furnace. This is Stump. This is a big fan. This is cool. So this is all the same screen. He's just blurring out one part of the screen each time. So like you can see where Wenzel's sitting to the right there, that big open thing, that's a big open room. And then there's the bottom, which is the basement. And it's really cool. And then they say, and then this is one of their nude scenes. It wasn't that bad. I'll blur it out for all you guys, but it wasn't that bad. It could have been way worse, but they can only do so much cartoon. But then that's saying something. There's a lot of things people can do with cartoons. But yeah, it wasn't that bad. I'll blur it out for you guys. But yeah, this is me. That place is pretty much useless. Fun just telling you that, guys, right now, that's pretty much useless except for Tony and the painkillers. That's the only time you really use it. Go back there. Is you hurt yourself with the hooks, which is what I think I do. You hurt yourself with the hooks after I talked to her a ton about the merchandise, hands off, don't care. She wants you gone from her life, pretty much. And then you talk about how the first aid cabinet is locked. And gobble down. Oh, nothing. And but you, sir, sorry if it's going too fast, but I need to go. And this is a grinder. I think. Oh, can I grind up a sponge? Yeah, sponge grinder. Yep. Dart. And then I'm like, okay, what else can I click? Because I didn't realize till later that you can use space. And the real is something along the lines of a bad, but yeah, he talks about how he actually has never had a bad relationship experience with women. And Tony wasn't created that, and he's talking about how good the actor was that did her, and that they did her. Charlotte did it so well. I think that was what it was. Her name. That people wanted him and Tony to get back together in the end, instead of the other one. They actually wanted him to get back together, and then I see, okay, I'm trying to do that because I was thought, and I'm like windshield, and then I'm like, oh, wet, obviously. I saw that was a sponge, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna save because why not? But yeah, I was like, sponge. Okay, can I put the magnets on the bullet to try to explode it? To Rufus for giving me a rough ride through the Deponia trilogy. We thought what would be. Oh, there you go. Boy.